Latest shooting by a police officer comes on the same day that Sheriff Williams asked the city council for 100 new officers.
Channel 4 Scott Johnson is joining us live from the scene of the shooting. Scott, what argument is the sheriff making for, in effect, adding reinforcements?
So here are a few issues I want to show you on a map that the sheriff has to deal with. First off, all those outer areas of Duval County, like Argyle and Oakleaf. You've got Nocatee and Bartram, up north in Ocean Way. It takes a lot of manpower to make sure all those new big areas are covered. Then there's a whole nother issue with some tension seeming to simmer in Jacksonville's urban core with some city council members. Sheriff Mike Williams addressed city leaders Friday asking for 100 new officers, 80 next year with 20 more after that. The sheriff says in light of huge growth at the far reaches of the county, like here in Bartram Park, just north of the county line where Kathy Garger has lived for 13 years.
I don't really think we have a big enough police presence, to be honest with you. Very rarely see cars coming.
Another issue to pop up stems from an incident earlier this year when well-known pastor Darian Bolden was pulled over by JSO. Bolden claims a gun was pointed at him without cause and that he was profiled. 3 African-American council members mentioned that, but also complained of stories in the media that tried to paint a picture of a rift between the council and sheriff.
We as a society cannot do is pretend that things don't exist and we brush over it. So you deal with it and then you move forward. And I think that's what happened today.
Sheriff Williams says he's aware of these issues as well as calls for more diversity training.
We're looking at many different types of training, diversity training, implicit bias training, all the things that you hear nationally. Those are trends. Those are training trends, and we pay attention to that.
Is that a budget issue financially?
It could be a budget issue. It could be. So we're working through all those details.
So there are currently 1,683 officers in a city that covers roughly 874 square miles with 850,000 residents in it. The sheriff tells me a recent study shows him that this force needs roughly 1,850 officers to be in an ideal situation. So this would get them closer in roughly the next 2 years. We're live in the Paxton area. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.